Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to Tenerife, where we've got an El Canario derby on our hands today. It's been long awaited, and it probably be the last one for a while again. See you in a moment. But first, of course, the catch-up, and it's been a largely good time. We've only dropped 2 points out of the games that have actually mattered. Started with a hat-trick for Hugo Merckx against Espanyol, and most recently 2-0 over Elche. Icardi scoring on his first start since the injury. We did lose to Real Madrid in the Super Cup semi-final. Didn't care at all. We've got them again in the Spanish Cup semi-final, which has somewhat ruined today's plans. Because you can see, it's wedged itself directly between Las Palmas and Barcelona. Don't know why, considering the second leg isn't until the end of March. Who's organised this? Why there's 6 weeks between the two legs? What it does mean is we're just going to solely focus on Las Palmas El Canario today and just talk a little bit about Tenerife as a whole. Sorry, Barcelona fans, you're probably not even going to get in an episode this season now, but as a result. I need to start with transfer news, of course. We are at the end of the January transfer window. Gary played 20 times for Porto, so his permanent transfer has been confirmed. £21 million all told, 15 up front, 6 over time. It's good money, really. Acquired for 6, sold for 21, we'll take it. Moisovski went for 3 million. I wasn't expecting this one to happen considering he signed in the summer, but we'll take £3 million for a 5th choice player. And then the big one, Cesar Obregon's gone for £45 million. He never actually got fully competent at left back, I now realise. I thought he had, but he hadn't. He just got to dark green, not light green, but never mind. And of course, that positional training ate up a little bit into his actual attributes, because that's how ability level works as a whole. It's the same with left foot, right foot as well. If you develop them to be either footed, then that takes away from their attributes. So he's a 3-star player. He had a bit more potential in him. I don't know how much more he would have grown as a player. But when Man United come a-knocking and the players put in a 6.79 for the season, obviously he's been learning a new position, which should be his natural position because he's a left-footed fullback. He was never really as good for us as he was for his original club, Atletico Nacional. We picked him up for £1 million. We've sold him on for 45. They did have a 30% on that one. That was one I forgot to take out. But we've still got £30 million from this transfer. His start there hasn't been sensational. He's been subbed on once and he got a 6.0 in the league. Don't know how you get that after being subbed on. I can only presume he was brought on after Hakimi was red carded. Hakimi playing left back for some reason. That's the most baffling thing I've ever seen. Man United were playing a right-footed fullback at left back, and then he got red carded, so they brought on a player who is naturally a right back, but is actually left-footed. What are the chances of that happening? But this is the person we brought in to replace Obregon, an actual left-footed left back, a fairly professional fullback as well, a wonder kid in the media description. He's quite good. He was lurking in Numancia. I didn't know this person was here until recently. If I'd known he was available in the summer, I might have considered him. But he's still only 18, thankfully, so we can get him as a homegrown club player one day. In theory. Happy to be breakthrough. Happy to be on 14k a week. Renan Lodi will take over first team duties. He'll be the backup for the rest of this season. Not sensational for Numancia so far. Good first one. Weird second one. Decent third one again. Actually, pretty much identical to Obregon's last season. And so far, what played once for us got a 7. That'll do fine. 16.25 was his release scores. That's sort of an indication of his perhaps potential. Who knows? Hopefully. When you got young wonder kid players with release clauses way above their club's normality, it's usually a good sign. Usually. But Paco Tenorio, he's very good defensively. If he was taller, I may have thought he was a centre-back like Harwood. As is, we are going to train him as a left-back. We're just going to sort out that front end. But that's it. That's it for transfer stuff. I was looking around strikers. I was just looking to get a star striker in, slightly abandon the youngsters a little bit, at least for the rest of this season. But everyone wanted silly money for their strikers, and I just didn't feel like paying it, quite frankly. You can see here we've got Mayorga and Alves, both on 2.5 stars. There's been an issue with Icardi, who is now the 6th worst player here, and one of those is Gary, who's not going to be here much longer, and one of those is Shaqiri, who is broken as a human being, and is retiring at the end of the year, as is Silerson. I feel sorry for Shaqiri, by the way. That's what happened. He's 33. But yeah, Icardi somewhat broken by his injury. The physicals weren't great to start with. They weren't bad. They weren't great. Now they're now they're not good at all. Everything else is fine, but the problem is, he's our starting striker and wants to be and should be, but realistically, he's now third choice according to the star ratings. It's a problematic atmosphere, as one might say, because all three of our pressing forwards are 2 stars in the role. I've not done the press conference for El Canario. Should bring up the Spanish First Division for you, La Liga. Barcelona 5 points clear. I don't think we're going to catch them. It's one of those seasons where they're actually being quite good. I'll play Football Manager long enough to get a sense of when teams aren't going to be caught. We do play them, of course, next, which might change things a little bit. The result of that game will pretty much confirm which way this league's going to go, in my opinion. But Las Palmas are 18th. They have a chance. But we have given Valladolid we've given them some players on loan. So Sevilla bomb could be interesting if that actually stays like that. And they might have a few players we can nick, squad players. But Las Palmas are interesting. They've got this goalkeeper who's really quite good and has a bit of potential in him. I was tempted to get him at the end of the season as a transfer because that's the thing that's happening because he's too good for them apparently. But despite the fact he said he was interested on the scouting, he refuses to join us because we're rivals. And I quite like that. He's listed as a wonder kid. I know we've got Christian Christensen, but he would have been a fantastic backup goalkeeper because he's also a homegrown nation. Abad's good, but this guy would have been better. He's joined Newcastle, which I'm also kind of okay with because they're my team. They're getting a good goalkeeper. Other little things, I cut two of the local teams out of this and acquired Ulsan Hyundai as another affiliate connection. Figured it was about time we got one in Asia. Interesting thing about this one, when I did do this though, there were a lot more teams available to us. I guess it's because of our reputation in the world now. There were teams like Midtjylland and other sort of fringe, the ones that just sneak into Champions League basically, those kind of teams. There was a bunch of them available this time around, but I thought we'll go for Ulsan Hyundai. South Korea new gens, there's been a few decent ones I've seen in this year's game. Cross saves, both mine and other people. So they have very good facilities. If we go on their facilities, they've got excellent training and youth facilities, exceptional youth recruitment, excellent academy coaching. So if we get some South Korean new gens through from Ulsan, they've actually got Muto at the moment as a key player. Kind of like that. The Newcastle connection runs deep today. Hugo Merckx got European Golden Boy and World Under 21 Player of the Year as well, by the way. Just thought I'd bring that up. But one thing is financially we are quite good. And you might notice one change. And it's a change I didn't notice until the transfer window happened. Yeah, the board made basically all of our money available for transfers. It happened before I did the affiliate thing because there was no option here to increase the transfer budget for this season when I asked for the affiliate. So they must have already done it then and I hadn't noticed. It happened in the summer with the wages. They added £500,000 worth of wages towards the end of the transfer window. And I didn't notice until transfer deadline day. That's why Valverde happened. And completely broke our wage structure. Which is something I don't normally do, by the way, viewers of this series. But he is seemingly the best, at least Spanish, Segundo Volante in the world. I know he's not Spanish, you know what I mean? He has homegrown nation. He's Uruguayan, I'm well aware of that. Also boosting our Uruguayan presence. We've got a link with them. Now we've got their best player, probably. Now to just get a South Korean. Sorry, I just got very distracted by this. Switzerland call up unlikely for Christ. Yeah, so the youth intake came through as well, and it's, despite being a terrific group, as it should be every year now, thanks to our facilities and everything, it's a bit problematic considering our formation. There's a healthy number of fullbacks, which actually I'm not too mad about now because we've sold our best one, or one of our better ones, but they're not going to be any good. There's 2 attacking midfielders, which we don't use. One of the wingers is very handy. We're well stocked in that department. And there's no defensive midfielders, which is kind of the key part of our formation, although again, we're reasonably well stocked in that department, despite the fact our scouting meetings, every single time, they say that we're lacking depth there. Just a reminder, this is the list of options we have for that position. Yet, every time, we need to find more defensive midfielders in every single scouting meeting. Yep, count them. That's 7. And there's Marco Gerardo Garcia coming through. But it's game time. It's El Canario. We're at home for this one. The away match was actually really boring at Las Palmas's. But Christensen goal, Lodi, Harwood, Quiros, Hanus at right back. He's returned from an injury. Valverde, he's returned from an injury. Ravella, Faisal, Zukic, Merckx, Alves. Faisal was at African Cup of Nations. Don't know how they did, actually. Might check on that. Well, the short answer is Egypt didn't do very well. I don't know how mad this is because I'm not well versed on African nations, although I feel like Cape Verde being in the semi-final is a bit weird. Guinea have a few good players, so that's not that surprising. A little bit more surprising for the Gambia. But Cameroon winning, I don't think is all that surprising. The international tournaments in my save so far have been really weird. Although I am getting my saves mixed up because England won this Euros, I was thinking it was Switzerland. Switzerland happened on my Twitch save. Sweden won it though most recently, in 2024. Shout out England beating France both times though. And Germany. Can't believe it came over my save. I did just see the final was between Brazil and Greece for the World Cup. Argentina, Germany, Spain. I mean, it's not like they walked to the final either. Those were tough teams. Senegal won it on my Skegness save. Senegal and then Holland, but then Holland beat Norway for the final there. So, yeah, international competitions are bonkers on my Skegness Twitch save right now. Although Greece in the final here, not much worse. And of course, we've not had the 2026 one yet. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, we line up as always. Christian Christensen in goal. For us, they've got that wonder kid, that Spanish wonder kid. He's still here till the end of the season, of course. So, Perdomo in goal for them. Form's not great. Form ain't great for them. They've not got on the grab an English player bandwagon, so that might be part of the problem. I'm not sure why basically all of their players have first initials on their names in-game. There's not that many duplicates, I don't think. Quiros, though, playing out from the back. Hanus at right back. First game back for him, I think. Second game back for him. Faisal, obviously a fairly early exit from the African Cup of Nations, has been back for a couple of games now. Faisal, Merckx, has been penaltied, I think. Enjoying the weather? It's got warm again, hasn't it? Yeah, I'm really feeling the heat now. Oh, he's back on the pitch. No penalty. So was it a dive? Or just a good tackle? Just a good tackle, because my player's not being booked either. So it's a corner then. Give me the corner. Or maybe he did give me the corner, it was just pointless. Keep forgetting to do this. Note to self, fix the corners afterwards, because you don't have a tall striker in there anymore. He's 5'6", you muppet. Basically everyone else in my squad apart from the central defenders are 5'11". It's really bizarre. And now we've got a corner. I've changed it. Almost worked. Ravella. Yeah, I put both 6'1" people on the near post, one on it and one running on it. It's not worked out great here as they've run away with the ball. Fran Perez back-heeled it to Clement. That was quite nice, actually. Don't know how to pronounce that, but he's a real person. Andrade just waltzes in and kicks it at the side netting. That was the highlight. So yeah, public service announcement. Check your set pieces, because I keep forgetting to. Well, that's a thrilling. It's thrilling again. If I hyped this up, I've done it specifically for this. I've given it solo game status in this episode, because we've had a few long episodes recently, so figured I'd have a short one. Might have backfired. Come on, lads. You can do this. Don't make me bring a cardi on. Why is that a threat? Faisal, deep free kick. It's not on. Oh, Alves has scored. I didn't think anyone was going to get on the end of it. It was a good floated ball, actually. Now I think back on it. Faisal, I wasn't sure what they were doing here, but gets on Alves' left foot. I don't think he is naturally left-footed, is he? I'll double check. Faisal, he's onside. I had a corner goal ruled out for offside recently. Fix the game engine, please, on that front. It said the player marking the goalkeeper was interfering with play. What's he supposed to do? When it's literally an option to mark the goalkeeper, that's the point of that player. You can't be offside. He didn't touch the ball, worth noting. He didn't touch the ball, he was just in the way. It was one of those ones. We won the match, thankfully. But Lodi for Tenorio. Check what I said earlier. Yeah, he's right-footed. Good left-foot volley then from him. It's another corner. I've changed the corners over and we're seeing them. Harwood, oh, it's Quiros that went close there. I assumed it was Harwood because he was the one who ran onto it. But Quiros goes close. Zukic is tired. Carrasco's actually been quite good despite him not being star rating-wise. Up there. He's one of the few people behind Icardi on the list now. Alves, Zukic. Although I signed him knowing that. He was meant to play backup to Zukic. Who's gone for it. Good God, really wasn't expecting that one. This came out of nowhere. He just ambles with it for about 30 yards and goes, yeah, let's go again. Maybe that goalkeeper isn't quite as good as I thought he was. Good luck, Newcastle, with that one then. Well, that's livened this derby up. Blimey. Ravella out to Hanus. I just want to pause here in case people want to know why I play the formation I do, because it's come up on streams. I've sort of talked about it with other people. This is why. You've got the other inverted winger lurking on the back person. Striker's there on one of the central defenders. There's a short option here with Merckx playing this inverted winger. The two, you can't see Valverde, but I suspect he's this shadow here on the edge of the box. One of the Volantes has come short, and the central midfielder is here on the penalty spot basically all the time when they get into these positions, the fullbacks. Ravella's picked the ball up. He's given it back to Hanus. Ravella's there. Alves is kicked. It's a block, basically, but it's got to the striker, is the point. It just really confuses the defences. And then when we lose the ball, those defensive midfielders run back. It's kind of weird. You feel like you should get counted more than you do. Ravella there, you see, just on the edge of the box, bangs it in. Point proven, basically. But when we lose the ball, the wingers get back and the defensive midfielders get back quite effectively. We don't get counted anywhere near as much as we probably should. And there we are. There's the point. There's too many players on that short throw, confusing those players who went for it defensively, and then leaves Ravella in all of the space on the edge of the box. Have I made a third sub? We got injury time to go. Faisal for Torre for 3 minutes. Might as well. I just realised I subbed off Zukic as he scored that banger. But 3-0. Like, it's one of those situations where I should want them to go down because of the rivalry, but I don't want them to go down for content creation purposes. But at the same time, we're not really focused on the league anymore. It's just nice to have this match for once. Actually, how long is it since Christian's conceded a goal? Almost a month. I forgot to take him out of goal for these cup games. I'm sorry to the backup goalkeeper. But almost a month. That's wild. Brief check on Merit, 18 in 23. He's doing all right. But then again, he should be. They're at PSG. I genuinely don't know when I'm going to bring you back now, by the way. Genuinely don't know. We're playing Real Madrid in the semi-finals of the Cup, and it doesn't really matter anymore. So I'm likely to bring you back somewhere nearer the end of things. Possibly in the Champions League, possibly the Spanish Cup's final if that's what we get to. But if we pull a big name in one of the later rounds of the Champions League, I might bring you that. I don't want to focus on this season too much, to be honest. It's very much a intermediate season. We won everything last time, and it's just trying to get these youth players to quality levels. So I'll see you when I see you. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Ta-ra.